Hey, Giga Charmanders here! Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today we are analyzing the hero of many battles, Zacian. This is a first look at the legendary. The data isn't here yet, like movesets, etc. However, because the main series game and Pokemon Go draws from the main series game pretty closely, it's going to be a first look at what Zacian is, and Zacian's actually the more promising of the two legendary Pokemon, just because of the fact that it has a more possibly offensive moveset, and it's going to be basically Zacian in the main series games. If you play VGC, is an absolute destroyer. It's a beast, and it's a lot of teams. So Zacian is incredibly powerful, especially with the Sacred Sword move. So is the hero, the crown form is generally the more powerful one, but hero of many battles, is it really good? Let's find out. As you see here, Zacian is a pure fairy type as the hero of many battles form. This is what makes Zacian so interesting. Compared to its elder sister, it is a fighting type, while Zacian is a fairy type. Pure fairy types are incredibly powerful in a lot of games, and as you see here, has a lot of, well, not a lot of resistances, but a double resist dragon, bug, dark, as well as fighting, with your only weaknesses being poison and steel. With Zacian being in Ultra League, Open or Open Master League, this, depending on what moveset it might have, may have some play in the future meta. So will it actually be good? Let's find out. Alright, so here's Pokemon database. This is where I get my sprites from. As you see here, Zacian is a pure fairy type. More on the defensive side, or not on the defensive, on the attack side for this one. Basically, in a sense, like the hero of many battles forms has like the same stats for some odd reason. Not sure why. The crown form is a lot more powerful though. However, will this form be very good as far as movesets goes? So, the good thing about the hero of many battles form, well, let's look at the worst first, because I always look at the worst before we look at the best. As you see, quick moves, fast moves, quick attack, crap. Metal Core, crap. Bite, crap. Iron Head, well, that's a charge move, so that's not a fast move, so no. But as you see, a lot of possible fast moves, or at least at first look, not that great. However, if, as you see here, Zacian can learn Psycho Cut, which is 2-turn, 9-turn moves, or 2-turn, 9 energy moves are the most or I would say, like, arguably the most powerful moves in the game, just because its ability to generate energy and the fact that it's a 2-turn move. So, with some of the most, with literally, like, the most powerful energy gaining in the game, if it learns some great charge moves, which it can. As you see, you have Close Combat, you have Focus Blast, you also have Wild Charge, you have Play Rough, Psychic Fangs, as well as, well, Brick Break is absolute garbage. Unfortunately, Solar Beam takes forever to get to. As a pure fairy type, it could be pretty interesting. As you see, you got Close Combat, Giga Impact, you got Moon Blast, so Psycho Cut plus Moon Blast. You already seen what our friend Cresselia can do with Psycho Cut and Moon Blast. Well, how about a Zacian with a Psychic? Well, doesn't get stabbed, but really great stats, and with great typing, might be very, very interesting for Go Battle League. So, there's a lot of things it could possibly learn. Like I said, depending on Sacred Sword stats, Psycho plus Sacred Sword can be really, really good. So, will Zacian be useful at Open Ultra League or Open Master League? So, as far as Ultra League goes, depending on its, like I said, it really depends on Sacred Sword. Registeel can still give Zacian an issue, especially if it's an XL, because as XL, Registeel is incredibly powerful. Flash Cannon will, like, it'll probably erase it from the face of the earth. Also, things like Galarian Stunfisk, if it does happen to get that Psycho Cut moveset, unless Sacred Sword's really good, it really depends on how good Sacred Sword is. That's really what it is. Other possible avenues for a second move are Wild Charge, Moonblast, etc. So, with it having its Fairy typing, Wild Charge or Moonblast would be a great secondary move for Zacian. Again, the only weaknesses you have are Poison and Steel type moves. In Open Ultra League, that's not as prominent as it would in Ultra Premier, unless you see things like Registeel, Stunfisk, and kind of Melmetal, but Melmetal, 9 times out of 10, Melmetal isn't going to have Flash Cannon in Open Ultra League. So, as far as Ultra League goes, There's a lot of potential for Zacian, but it really depends, like I said, if it gets Psycho Cut and if Sacred Sword is absolutely busted. So that's the dependency on that. As far as Master League goes, a Fairy type mon is never a bad thing. Unfortunately, it really depends, like I said, on Sacred Sword as well. Because if Zacian does get Sacred Sword and it's a really great fighting move, it might be able to threaten things like Melmetal and Dialga, and with being a pure Fairy type, and if it does get Psycho Cut, that could be absolutely busted. So, with that being said, the only issue you would probably have as far as Zacian as a Fairy typing would definitely be against Yveltal, which is kind of interesting considering the fact you do... it's just the fact that Psycho Cut's resisted, but it really depends on charge moves, because if you would resist everything Yveltal has to throw at you, so it's not that bad, but like I said, it really depends on the charge moves and the fast moves that Zacian would have. If Zacian has Move Blast, then I'm worrying about nothing, and there's really no threat to it. Also, the great thing is, even though it's a Fairy type move, because it's not holding Charm or anything like that, you can absolutely give Ho-Oh a hard time. If you do have Wild Charge as a second move, possibly, Ho-Oh can get blasted. And there's just a lot of potential for Zacian in this cup. Fairy typing alone with its weaknesses and its ability in typing make it really powerful, but it's really the moves that can give Zacian some play. And like I said, we don't know what Sacred Sword's gonna bring. Could have a good second move. I would say probably your biggest threat would be Mewtwo. Mewtwo can just run through you. Along with that, Fairies don't resist Fairies, so Charm 2 Shield Trash can also give you an issue unless you're rocking Wild Charge, if it does get Wild Charge. So, again, Zacian does have a lot of potential in both Ultra and Master Leagues. And that's GG. Zacian is the better of the two as far as the hero of many battles. But like I said, we don't have stats or movesets yet. So I'm not super hyped because I don't get hyped unless I actually have hard data, as many of you know me. I am an individual where if I have hard data, I could figure out some stuff. But I don't have hard data yet. The only thing that doesn't change are typings and possibility of movesets. So with that, we can kind of... Zacian is definitely past potential. But like I said, it depends on Sacred Sword. If Sacred Sword becomes absolute dog, like dog water, or just... Which is kind of ironic that I'm using that reference because, you know, they're... Zacian and Zamazenta are like dogs/wolves, so very ironic reference. But anyways, yes, it really depends on the movesets for Zacian. Both of Zacian's forms, the Crowned and the Hero Mini Battles forms, both have really great typings, and as really popular and powerful legendaries in the main series games, probably gonna have likely are going to have really great stats, etc. Like I said, it really depends on movesets. In order for Pokemon to be really good and go Battle League, they need, one, good stats and good movesets. If it has good stats but horrible movesets, good luck with that, and and vice versa. So, Zacian has a lot of potential. Let's hope Niantic doesn't screw this up. Like, you know, a lot of things that they screw up this year, especially with a lot of things, and you know, Go Battle League isn't fixed yet, despite Go Battle League being out for almost like 2 freaking years, and they still haven't fixed anything, and they haven't made all the errors, or even mechanics aren't even solidified. And before I roast them any longer, please do me a huge favor and like and subscribe. It's totally free, helps out the channel a lot, and you can easily subscribe by putting your mouse over that small little box to the bottom right. The one that says subscribe, just put your mouse over it, it will pop up the sub tab, and you can easily sub from there. For all my subscribers, I really do appreciate you, and like I said, really helps out the channel, and it's totally free. So let's hope Zacian does happen to get a great moveset. Let's hope Sacred Sword's pretty dope. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.
じゃあ